Good morning, everyone. This is Mike at Back to Homesteading Off-Grid, aka the SETI Alpha 5 Ranch, because of all the wind, if you know Star Trek. I'm going to sneak over and see what Judy's doing. Looks like she's messing around with Cobb a little bit. So let's go see what she's doing. Here we are at the Dome Cobb project. We're going to take a look at see what Judy's doing today and introduce everybody to Cypher. Hi, Cypher.
Hello.
Hi, Judy.
Good morning. Okay, we've got our sand in here. We've added the amount of Portland cement that I found works, and then we put the extra clay in here because a lot of this sand that came off the surface, the stuff that's now on top of the pile, isn't quite as good for adobe because it doesn't have quite as much clay. But I have some clay from other projects, so I'm just adding a little bit of clay back in. And then with the water and the clay and the cement, we start the initial stir. And this is what takes up a lot of the time and the energy, is stirring and making the mud. So Cypher, if you want to get over here on the water barrel, I always start with my dirty water and just
The dirty water is
pour in it's stuff. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Awesome, thank you. The dirty water is just water I cleaned up with yesterday,
oh, gotcha.
so it's not really dirty. It's just you know, we don't waste the water here. All right, we don't waste the water here. When I rinse my tools, that's what I use for dirty water. Go ahead and give me some more. You can see how fast that all absorbed, because we'll use almost that whole bucket. Good. And just a little at a time, stirring it in. We don't have an electric cement mixer or anything like that, so we just do this by hand the old way. Some people, you know, put it on a tarp and use their feet. No, I'm just not into that. Okay, maybe if I was making, 3 tons at once and had a big old crew here and we were going to get this done in a day, well, maybe, but yeah, no. Okay. Pour it on the straw. There you go.
So we're adding straw now.
We're adding straw now, and I think my mix is still a little... It's easier to mix the straw in if the mud is wetter. It just works better because it goes through things easier. And it's I don't have any scientific measurements or anything like that. You just put in what ends up looking good. I've gotten to where a handful of straw and a little bit is what's needed. We're probably going to need a little bit more of the small stuff. So, Cypher, would you grab about a handful of that small stuff? Let's throw it in here. That's it. Good. Okay. That'll probably be. And then if the mix ends up a little bit dry or a little bit wet, that's okay, because we will, by hand, mix in a little bit more of this sand that's all loaded with cement, and make it to the right consistency right there in the tub. And we just do that by hand.
And we're going a little heavier on cement than a lot of people do. They'll use like 10% for stabilizing, but because we're a little low on clay, we're using a little bit more of the cement. And the result you can see over here on the wall is the wall ends up a little bit wider.
But it also ends up a little bit stronger and rain resistant. We've had some monsoons come through here. A couple of them rained pretty hard for a couple of minutes. Didn't even touch this stuff. So that's what we're looking for. All right, we're not bunch of purists who are only going to do things the natural way, yada, yada, yada. I want to build a structure that's going to be functional and work. And a little bit of cement does that for me.
Also, a lot of people, when they build a Cobb structure, will have a roof over it, whereas this is a dome. The dome. And so it's going to be cobbed all the way up to the top, and we'll have to rely on it being waterproof.
All right, that's it. That's my mix done.
Okay, so, and now you're filling that little water bottle.
Yes.
And the purpose of that is?
To wet the wall.
Yeah, you got to wet the wall so it sticks. Not ready for that yet. I got to pour it in.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. That's okay.
And you're just going to pick up where you left off the last time you did it. It's the tough part. All right, so then we take this mud.
Hang on a second. Yeah, I'm going to take this mud that's a little bit wet, and I've got to make it a little bit drier.
Okay. You want me to come on?
No.
Okay.
Add some of this sand.
So if it's a little wet, you just throw a little bit more sand or cement on it.
Yeah, that's why I went and got some more sand. Well, sand that had a lot of cement mixed in with it. And I don't want it too stiff. This is tricky. You don't want it as stiff as what you want for down here, but you want it a little bit wetter, but you don't want it goopy like this.
Okay.
So this is kind of a tricky spot to where you've got to balance the wet with it being firm enough to stick well. See, it's just okay. Now I'll spray the wall because now I'm gonna.
So you're wetting the wall there, and that'll help the mud stick.
Okay. Just a little bit dry down there.
Okay, well, thank you for sharing this with all of us this morning.
You bet.
And enjoy what you're doing. It looks very relaxing, and that's the whole idea, is to relax and enjoy what we're doing. And I'm going to go out and do a quick walk around on the dome. Y'all may remember the disaster we had with trying to use sheets. That didn't work at all. I still got a sheet up there that I got to pull off. But you can see that cobbing really works well. These walls are very solid. They're very rough right now. We'll be adding another coat out here, and we'll be adding a drain ditch. You can see a little depression there. I'm going to widen that, put some rock in there and some drain tile, and we'll try to collect the rain that comes off the dome. But this is working. I was a little worried about the weight once you get up here, but one, the dome is very, very strong, and two, what we're finding as we're cobbing is that it's actually strengthening it even more. So thanks for watching. Try to get this out on a timely basis. Have a good day.